wose ototomera liuko wetera ase namba yo orende ase omotandao o WhatsApp boigo nabo gototomera email yao wetera ase email yaito ya TV Oyominto @gmail.com erinde tonyare kobeka ritangazo liao ase mbeo boigo onye kubwate ekerengererio ryo kobeka umoroberio o ase mbeo ase njira yeyemo ase yemo gose live coverage inyoranga TV Oyominto nigo ego kwaribaga ya bene kigima erindo nyare kobeka umoroberio ase mbeo beka ritangazo lia ase mbeo wetera ase getaseni kigabwanchite ya TV Oyominto.
Iyi Oyominto TV 8Th Yamangana Manuke. Iyi Oyominto TV 8Th Yamangana Manuke.
Bwarire buya omoncho murigeri bwegeta seneke ke Oyominto TV iritukoria rero lya Jumatano ikaro bono kugwarigania semesa ya Amayia Chinsa Ibere chabono botuko iriyo nkumanyia yakendrete ime ye chingongo chonsi chense nchengoro kumatha Kwamboka kaba munainche gochakera bono iga wiko mwerio nigo togo chaka Amayia kurase county ya Kisii imeye bunge ya Nyaribari Masaba kerabono lituko lyarero nigo omoyega bwa masabo okorekana chinse mwecho nenjere mo yokumwarigania omo osike Charles Matoke gochia kuboria ekerogo kyobo chumbe ime ye chinse mwecho cha Nyaribari Masaba ekerabono boigo asaba okwabera gochia ase abamenyi ba chinse mwecho asa kiribono ateba ase bochori bwaeta ni gwachite kuboria ekero kyobo gavana ataraba bori abamenyi bensemo yae boigo nigo asaba chi campaign chumorembe boigo na obochori bomorembe ububori bosio
Lietaliane Charles Matoke igonkoru ensemo ya Bogeche Ichuni Ward Nyaribari Masaba constituency lero twatwarira omugoko monene asengencho twabugate ekegeni kyogonsabera elinde bange libaga bantu bensemeye nchikoliye kerogo kyobo bunge wa Nyaribari Masaba
ekenate betengoliye kerogo yona akereta baishimiwa waito 10 nonde uriko bwata simiane omweshimiwa Charles Matoka abwate na mbemu oko mwake atabwate tiko nigari bisi ndebo twakoraki okoiraniria
nje omweshimiwa Chweya no musani one igante betinga ngochare otware kegenie kenena abogeche agante bingetera ndole na haro kegenie kembia
mwaigwete ngorigina ringo bugabana gaikaga enchera nachete enchere buna nachirega baramu manyetebo bono nachire na maskani yake tinjete na maskani mwanga belete enchera nachete njare ngendonge igo nachete yokanga swako liyekerogo bono nachire kakorwa sabanto banka mongenane ebukwego tebanga oyo gweke nyasa okoraki amangana na mange abantu banyaribari Masaba batagete ayi bataranya ko babagokorerwa akero bagwake sabu yabo n'amatukari y'amakako atigaire abantu banyaribari Masaba barorirenga nabere biya basoye kuri mu bungo munya obuchiko bwatege pindi ya 2027 paka 2032 asengencho omubungo wetu libaga tarakora amangana mange chakeneri ngana litangani enya para ya nyamasibi ekogenda paka kwerende rogoro ramasha pare yo twatebi gulioka na pare yiterabekwa nonya na se budget
mulema nchali sintende tazi gisemi abana bali bayisindi ngonyora bara mabere mutagete umugabana ogocha bogeche atebe nganko ari grade 1 na grade 2 barenga mwatebe ngamabera agende grade 1 na grade 2
Togotegeremeye kaunti ya Kisii nigo bono abasae kurwa Kisii kaunti baesokirie na guyuakira ekoko omoroberio oajiri uyibono ochagetwe n'umugabana we kaunti ya Kisii Musike Paul Simbarati asagari bono bagoteba omoroberio n'umuyekire bono okorwa amayegerio a teknolojia gochia ase abasae ekere bono mbari gwakana kende gensi ase okwemanya ekere bono bayaborire abasae abange gwesokia na kwemanyia mange.
Ya kwamba hapa nje kuna shida mingi. Vijana wetu wako na challenge, pesa ni shida, lakini tunangependa kushukuru gavana wetu kwa sababu amepeana fursa hii kwa vijana wakuja kusoma for free, na ningependa kuambia wazazi wetu ya kwamba wakubalie watoto wao wakuje kusoma. Hii training iko kwa ajili ya wao wote ambao wako nyumbani na itakuja kuna faidi watu wetu na wale ambao wanataka kupata maarifa zaidi.
Naitwa Fiona Mora from Bobasi, Samehamo Mperero. I've come here to join Ajiri. I've had so good
sana kwa hii program ya Ajiri. Kwa kuwa tulimaliza mtihani mwaka uliopita na sasa wakati kama huu tungekuwa nje sana tukili idle, na hiyo ingeleta wengine kuingia katika madawa za kulevya, wengine kuingia katika mambo mengi ambayo ni ya uhalifu. Lakini Bwana Simba ametusaidia sana kwa kuleta hii program ambayo imetukeep busy katika hii holiday. Na kitu mimi naweza sema hii program imenisaidia kwa saa hii naweza tumia kompyuta nikiwa najiamini, kwa kuwa mimi sikufanya kompyuta nikiwa high school, lakini nimeisoma saa hii na ninaelewa vitu vingi ambavyo sikuwa navijua.
I welcome you to come to Ajiri because it's a low costing activity and actually you get to learn the same way I've learned.
Hii inatufunza hata saa hii nikitaka kazi maybe ya cyber, nikitaka kufungua my own cyber naweza fungua, na hata kuna vitu ambavyo naweza kuvitengeneza kutumia simu yangu tu mahali ambapo nimekaa na nipate pesa. Kwa hivyo imenisaidia kwa njia moja au nyingine. Asante.
Tokorigeria amangana ya Chisemi nigo bono ekiombekeria gekobeka abana bali bono bakorera amatemu a form 4 gochia gosoa ase chi university boyogone chi college au nigo bono ya chakirie gosokia amachibu kirebono kero moroke gwanigo agochia konyora rirube ase bono arangeiri goche gosoa kogendera na masomo ayo musakaito Cosmas no roboteru rukubwatia.
Aborokigwa baria bakorete amatemwa abo yekerasi ge 12 gose form 4 nabo igo bagatoma okuboria gochia sekiombe kyo okubanchira aborokigwa goso ase chisukuru chebirango bigoro gose university ni gobono litkoria lero amachibu yokuboria kwabo anyara koba kagosoka ase aborokigwa 980,000 abo bakoreta amatemwa yo omwaka oyetete aborokigwa 293,869 nigo bachoretwe basomere chidigri nabo igo chidiploma chia level 6 level 5 craft artisan courses nabo igo level 4 artisan certificate courses at university au.
We only place students to the universities they select. Previously we would get students and if we have students who have not made any selection, they would be shared into programs. Now we do not do that anymore. So you find if a student has applied to a certain university, the only thing that we ask, if they are not successful, we ask them, in the event you're not successful, can we consider you for another program for the same program in another university or for another program that you qualify for? We find there are students who say no. And the moment they say no, we leave them at that. So we got about 3,000 students saying no.
Komenta nayo nige kyombekyo gyateba gwetania aborokigwa chiribukyanda abo baetete nabo igo babwenerete gusomera chi degree nigo bamwite gusomera chikosi chegasi ya maboko.
It is not true that the student numbers have gone down. In fact, they've gone up. Last year, the admission to universities was at around 185,000. We are now at 202, and that is an increment. And with respect to funding, we are still using the student-centered funding model, and we are working to ensure that those resources are available to both the students and the institutions on time and in full. That's what we are doing as a government.
Nkuripoteri gitasini Kyoyo Minto TV, Amaritane Mariga, Cosmos.
Omoncho murigeri ekarabona oliberera ria siasa rigendete korokana ime yorogongo rwagusi nigobono abarai abeche kanisa besokirie na kwarigania amasabo ayibono agocha gukorekana ime ye county Nyamira ime ye ward ya Gesima ekarabona bagoteba enenjire yamo yoko bareta abagusiyamo eryo bakwane boyigona gusaba eryo kwenekia omurembe umurai wense eto Kenya Mr. William Ruto nigo arabe omugeni omonene ase amasabo ayo.
Bariki nchi ya Kenya. Na tunapoomba tumemwalika rais wetu ili aje. Yeye ndiye papa wa taifa, papa mkuu wa taifa letu. Ni vema pia ashiriki katika haya maombi ya hii familia ya Wakisii ya Nyamira County ili naye tumuombe ili Mungu amuongoze anapoelekeza nchi hii ili amani idumishwe.
Sincerely, together with all denominational leaders and all the members, say that we'll have the peaceful prayer sessions, and that very day that is scheduled, we want to say that whoever who is coming, let that person be a peaceful person. We want to welcome all the church members from across all the religious affiliation.
Mkutano hautakuwa wa siasa, ni mkutano wa maombi, ni mkutano ambapo tunaomba Mungu aguze nyoyo za watu wa kaunti ya Nyamira na pia nchi ya Kenya kuona mwenzake kama ndugu na dada.
Fanya amani na kila mtu ako na uhuru kutembea Kenya vile sheria inaturuhusu. Kama utaki kukua mahali ama kama utaki mtu fulani mahali, wewe usiende mahali kama huyo mtu umtaki. Sisi ile mambo ilifanyika huko Keumbu hatutaki kuiona hapa. Nyamira is very peaceful. Watu wa Nyamira tunawarudishia asante. There is no woundism in Nyamira.
Nothing of impunity will be allowed that day, and they want to have a very successful session and let the president feel most welcome to Gesima Ward, Nyamira County.
Kwa chinsemo echo cha Nyamira omoncho murige nigo kogenda ase omotimo komoke toskato genande nabo ogotubwatia kwetera sensemo ya Facebook na TV Oyominto chinsemo chiria cha YouTube na Oyominto TV Kenya.
Iyi n'Oyominto TV egetacho kiamangana amanuke.
Mheshimiwa Rais, mimi ndio Sifuna.
Kulima kwa kahawa alikuwa anangojea mwezi moja, mwezi tatu, mwezi ine alipwe. Ni kweli ama si?
Hii mjamaa tumeweka kwa kona.
Gaturangeria atwaiguri umurobiro w'inyameni bono oiranire asobo cyo libo mwaka bw'ikiri 2025 ebere umurobiro w'inyameni ni gora cyo koleterwa gocha sore kira rikuri Jumatano gocha ka Chinsa Ibere nenusu goika Chinsa isatu nenusu ala wa finance ule
hii mambo shilingi 400-500 inashunguzwa hapo. Hiyo ni upuzi, ni usenzi, ni upumbavu.
Hii kelele inayopigwa ni wezi ambao tumekanyagia wao pipe ambao walikuwa wananyonya.
Finally, nilienda mtihani na haikuibiwa.
Egere tu asemye na kwemanya amaberera siasa unabetetenze hasoro gongo rwagu siasa kaunti ya Nyamira na Kisii boigo Kenya.
We utaiba kura zetu.
Team Seal Consultancy deals with all environmental and security consultancies. We also do thesis, project and proposal writing for commercial purposes and student career guidance. We deal with environmental and security related thematic subject matter, highly qualified impact assessment, audit-led expert accredited by NEMA. We also deal with pure research, project writing, thesis and proposal formulating. Areas of interest include security, environment, criminology, social work, governance, public administration, political science, disaster management, and many other core general areas of interest in our research field. For more information, contact us at 0720248585 0720248585. Our email address is teamseallimited@gmail.com. Karibu Team Seal Consultancy.
Chakari tukuria obotamben nomoroberio obokano yo minto kurwa igase gitasenyiki kyo minto TV. Uyu nomoroberio origeti okomanyia kogosemia na boigo okorokereria annonce ya okorekana imeyense yabwatekaine nechisemi richiko siasa oboremi chigaseti na boigo ebitage biri bigendete okorekana imeyense asoborai na siasa cy'umwaka o 2027. Bwata etariki kerari tukuna inje chefa stratemo imeyo moroberio obokano yo minto erinde bwesemie na boigo bwemanyie amange aya okorekana imeyense. Ne omwanchi omorigereria aye no monchoreria gose omorandia gose omorokia gose omonyagitari otagete emeremo yao inyare kumanyekana gochia asa abantu abange bono egetaseni kyo minto TV nigo kyo kwari bagari ya mono erinde kobeka ebiasara bya asembeo erinde binyare kumanyekana asa abantu abange bono etoke nigo bwate eduka yokonia amariogo gose chemistry otware eduka yokonia mariogo yetugo gose chindagera chietugo eye mayekaine buna agrofet gose esukuru yao otagete enyare kumanyikana asa abantu abange bono egetaseni kyo minto TV nigo kyo kwari bagaria bene kobeka ritangazo lya asembeo ase rigori lyomobuko twakere esimi ase namba ya 0708488488 wose ototomereri uko wetera ase namba yeyo orende ase omotandao o WhatsApp boigo nabo gototongera email yao wetera ase email yaito ya tvoyominto@gmail.com erinde tonyare kobeka ritangazo lyao asembeo boigo onye kubwate ekerengererio ryo kobeka umoroberio o asembeo asenjira yeyemo aseyemo gose live coverage inyoranga TV Oyominto nigo ego kwari baga ya bene kigima erindo nyare kobeka omoroberio asembeo beka ritangazo lya asembeo wetera asegetaseni kigawanchite ya TV Oyominto.
Iyi n'oyo Minto TV egetacho kiamangana amanuke.
Kwa kirambuye mono omwancho murigeri aso kugenderera ko bamunanchi Boska bosio nigo bono ogati mnenchereyemo yokoenekia ngokorare amagenderero gochi ase ense yeto ya Kenya nigo bono morebo ense yeto ya Kenya musika William Ruto ritkoria rero anyara kubaga kubeka esehi ase omuswade olibono okurigeri amanganaria yebintu bitotana ni boigo na amanganaria yokurigeri amangana ya madini ase okubeka amachiko ayibono agocha okonya abakoremeremo boigo na kubakonya balibono bagochia konya rigeri ase ebiwanda ao ase ogokinia bono okomentkana kwebintu ebyo bigoche gokinia uchumi ense yetu ya Kenya.
That community of nations that saves while they build. The lesson from each of these nations is unmistakable. Natural resources create opportunity. Institutions determine destiny. Without the right institutions, even great natural wealth can become a missed opportunity. Economists call this the resource curse. I dare say they give it the wrong name. The curse is not the resources. The curse is the failure in stewardship. Kenya has learned this lesson through experience. For many years, Kenya extracted titanium from the mineral sands of Kwale. It was one of the largest mining investments in our country's history. The minerals were extracted. Those deposits can never be mined again. What answer shall we give one day to our children when they ask us what happened to titanium? That is why this legislation that today becomes law create opportunity. Institutions determine destiny. Without the right institutions, even great natural wealth can become a missed opportunity. Economists call this the resource curse. I dare say they give it the wrong name. The curse is not the resources. The curse is the failure in stewardship. Kenya has learned this lesson through experience. For many years, Kenya extracted titanium from the mineral sands of Kwale. It was one of the largest mining investments in our country's history. The minerals were extracted. Those deposits can never be mined again. What answer shall we give one day to our children when they ask us what happened to titanium? That is why this legislation that today becomes law in Kenya is consequential. So that never again will we mine or use resources without a trace for the future.
Tokurigeria amangana yobochenu oboncho murigeri ewizara yobochenu niko bono yaburiri abakenya gwesoke asobonge nakuru obokonyi bwa manyinga ekero bono ewizara yo egochia kwenekya ngotumikere ebintu byekerero ibono bigochia okonya kubeka manyinga yu kero bono bagoteba eyenenjire yemo yogokonya amagimali bono agochasira igoro yokuburwa kwa manyinga ase kinyagitari au.
How many of my women are actually anemic when they come into the labor ward? 40 to 60%. In Kenya, you talk about HB of 10, but that's already mild anemia. Our HB should be 11 and above. But we say for some reason, that's the minimum I require for delivery to happen. Are you then surprised when she's having moderate or very severe anemia? You go to Kilifi, you have HBs of up to 3. What's the pregnancy outcome?
You might find a woman in Samburu who is looking for the blood, but then they have to get this blood all the way from Nakuru. So that distribution network, and of course we know it's a cold chain transportation. So if you not have good cold chain transportation from Nakuru to Samburu, it means then this woman is at risk and she's bleeding. It's a time-sensitive issue. If you not intervene immediately, within 10 minutes, 15 minutes of that bleeding, especially if it's excessive bleeding, then the woman's going to lose her life. So we need to be able to say this blood is ready for the woman at the point of where she's delivering.
You don't need to have a patient in the hospital for you to donate blood. Let's always go and donate blood. What I can say, men can always donate 4 times after every 3 months, and women can always donate 3 times in a year. I can vividly say that the highest female donor right now has done more than 100 times, and the highest male has done more than 120. Around 3 years ago, going to 4 years, we introduced a technology known as apheretic donations. This equipment, you are able to donate specific component. You are just go to the machine, and if it is platelets, you just donate platelets. All the other things goes back to your body. If you want to donate 2 of them, that is what we are able.
Kurwase wizara yobochenu omwancho murigeri abo nongukorera Amayia Chinsa Ibere chabono botuko nigonkuburia ogendera kubwatya emerubero au eiga ase egetasene keke Oyominto TV na bogo twekera gwetera sensemu ya Facebook mna TV Oyominto Chinsa muchiria cha YouTube mna Oyominto TV Kenya ikarabona ngogotiga ase amagoko yomuruberi onyameni ubono okoreto gocha sore no mosakito Brian Bichanga korwa Chinsa muchiria cha gusini Chenkoro kumata Kwamboka toro butuko buya.